right, Ambitions fans. Now, mid-season finale. It's almost been a week since the episode aired, and well, the show won't be coming back until later this fall. If I were to, I think I estimated around maybe November of this year. I could be wrong, but that's just an estimation. So, in this video, kind of a follow-up to my 5 biggest takeaways from season 1. I guess this video is pretty much, just a personal list of my top 5 things from the show so far. And I mean, trust me, there are a lot of things to pick from, but since I've already talked about things like, character and, certain dialogue and stuff like that, I figured this would be like, okay, Jeremy, if you were to just shave the top of the show, what 5 things would you just immediately say do you love about the series? And here we go. And remember, these are just my personal 5. If you have anything you like about the show, feel free to leave your thoughts in the comment section below, and definitely, give this video a thumbs up. Engagement on the videos helps the videos grow, leading more traffic to the channel, and trust and believe I need all the help I can get here. So number 1, honestly, the theme song. I mean, well, technically number 5, but number 1, the theme song. I mean, I feel like it gets straight to the point. I mean, we have some cool visuals during the theme song itself, and I would replay it here, but you literally just saw the theme song and heard it during the opening of this video, as well as my other Ambition videos. I think it gives about the tone of, maliciousness, people having ambitions, doing things behind the scene. And yeah, I mean, we see Gunn, and I think we see, if I'm not mistaken, was it Daphne walking down the hallway, and people making shady deals in the dark. I think the song really does get to the point of what this show has to offer. And yeah, I know that there are a lot of key theme songs that have words and lyrics and whatnot, but sometimes simplicity works best, and a lot goes down in the few seconds of a theme we actually have for Ambition. So I'm a fan of the opening. Let's see here. Number 2, Bella's smile. I don't know why, but I mean, Erica Paige has just a beautiful smile, and every time she's on screen, even when I don't like what Bella's doing, I can't stop but help and admire her smile. Definitely the smile. I know that's a bit generic, but yeah, her smile. Number 3, believe it or not, and this is a big contrast from the haves and the have-nots, but the Kari and Lori situation. Most people would lump this into LGBT content, but the fact that we know that this is just a scheme set up by the Purefoys to get intel on the Carlisle family makes it an interesting dynamic. And the fact that, unlike the Justin and Jeffrey dynamic, because some people be like, well, Jeremy, it's like you really go on and on about how much you hate the Justin and Jeffrey thing and the haves and the have-nots. Yeah, and it's not because it's too gay, and I don't even want to say two gay men, because remember, Justin has yet to admit that he's gay, yet he's in love with Jeffrey. I don't know. It's just one of those situations where I think it's being better handled in Ambitions, because like I said in my 5 biggest takeaway video, unlike the haves and the have-nots, Ambitions doesn't force every single character into every single episode. Some characters are missing from certain episodes, like they might be there in like a brief cameo, or they might be mentioned, but sometimes they just aren't there. But when they are physically on the screen, they actually have something valuable to add to the story. And the same can't be said for the haves and the have-nots. There are plenty of times where there are cutaways to various characters, and it's like, why are they even here? Like, why are you even here? I mean, I know your contract says you have to be in X amount of episodes, but you're here just to fill up the 42-minute runtime. You're not here to add anything valuable to the story. And with Carly and Lori, I think that it's not being forced down our throats like the Justin Jeffrey thing. And we actually see these 2 characters and how it actually plays to the grander scheme of the story. And I think things reached a head when we had Stephanie's father bursting into Evan's kitchen, the dining room, when he saw the picture of Lori and Carly on his phone. And now the big step is, okay, when the show comes back for the remainder of season 1, how will this quote unquote relationship be handled? So I think that the whole LGBT thing in this show is being handled better in Ambitions than the haves and the have-nots, because based off tweets and articles and videos, I think that people are reacting to the Carly Lori dynamic in a more positive fashion than they are with the Justin and Jeffrey dynamic. But one could make the argument, well, Jeremy, it isn't that you can really compare these two, because when you think about it, Justin and Jeffrey And the comparison isn't just because, well, Justin and Jeffrey are males, Carly and Lori are females. It's the fact that the basis of the relationships are extremely different. Like, unlike Justin, Lori isn't stalking or abusive towards Carly, and Carly is naive like Jeffrey, but at the same time, it's not that she's being forced into anything. I mean, the only time it seemed weird was in episode 1 when Lori out of nowhere just licks her lips and leaves, and it's like, wait, how would she know she's into women? That's the only misstep. But other than that, I've loved the dynamic of those two. So I definitely think that the way they portray a lesbian gay couple in this show is better than how they handled that in the haves and the have-nots with Justin and Jeffrey. And next up, number 4, we have consequences. When I say consequences, it's like when people do certain things, we might not see it right away, but we actually see characters facing consequences for their decisions. And something about the haves and the have-nots, some things, and don't get me started on the amount of trials and cases that have yet to even make it into the courtroom from things that went down in like season 2. And we're about to start season 7. With Ambitions, things happen, people react. Amara's affair, the fact that I forgot the guy's name already. It was the guy she was interrogating for, passing through Greg Peters' leases and signing them off ahead of time, basically bumping them up to the top of the list. Things like that, and the fact that he shot himself while she went outside to receive a phone call. It's little things like that. And I mean, Rondell sending away the bodyguard, Senior getting shot, Roderick calling out Evan on TV. Then he tries to extort him, but then he loses everything. There are just so many examples. And more recently, Stephanie being kicked to the curb by her dad on the English Rose development case in episode 11 because he threatened her in episode 1. There are just so many cases in this show where characters make decisions and they have to face the consequences of them. It's not stretched out amongst 3 to 4 seasons. It's like something that happens in episode 3. Then I know the show is still young, but you know what I mean. Something that happens in season 1, episode 3 that won't be addressed until season 4, episode 15. And even then it's not resolved, but it's just randomly brought up. Kind of like Catherine's cancer. Like, we didn't even get a mention of that until season 5 when that happened during season 1. So do you see what I mean here, where there are a lot of things of Ambitions that happen, but we actually get payoff for those things in the same season, if not within the next 2 to 3 weeks. So I definitely think that characters facing consequences for their actions is definitely one of the things that makes this show watchable. And number 1, I've said this in my other videos, but I'll say it again, just the pacing, kind of going with the consequences point I made. Just the pacing of the show is very well done. I don't feel like anyone wastes their time on screen. I think everyone who comes on the screen does what they need to do in order to help the story move along, and then we move on to the next one and we go from there. So like I said before, Bella's smile, the pacing, the theme song, the LGBT representation with Carly and Lori, and the consequences for character action. So those are like 5 of my favorite things from the show so far. If you have anything else to add, like I said earlier in the video, make sure you comment, and I'll talk to you soon. Congratulations on making it to the end of this video. If you like what you just saw, make sure to hit the thumbs up button, or if you have anything you would like to add to the video, make sure to leave your thoughts in the comment section below. If you want to keep up with me on social media, go to the description box. All of my links for social media are right there. Also, if you feel like you would like to donate to the channel, make sure to click on the link to PayPal. Any amount helps. $1, $5, $20. As a full-time YouTuber, any support from my fans really does mean a lot to me. Finally, make sure to hit the subscribe button as well as the bell notification icon. That way you're kept up to date on any new content I post to the channel. Once again, thank you so much for tuning in, and I'll talk to you in the next video.